Hi, I'm Off the Rack Jack, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do your first basic beginner DJ mix with just three things: the play button, the stop button, and the crossfader. Let's do it. Alright, so recently I did an Instagram post explaining that you only need three things to do your first basic beginner DJ mix, and that is the play button, the stop button, and the crossfader. Now the reason why I did the video is because I just want to highlight that if you are a beginner DJ or you're thinking of getting into DJing, that 95% of the things on this DJ controller that can be quite intimidating to people, you do not need to start DJing and doing your first DJ mixes. The main thing you need to learn first is about how tracks are structured and how to time your basic mixes. All these other things and dials and buttons are just extras on top. And in this video I'm going to explain how you can do this and what to look for and what type of tracks to look for to help you. So first thing, as a DJ, you want to be looking for extended mixes of tracks. So anything really with the word mix in the title, you should be able to mix. So this is like extended mix, or like you can see here, a remix, a certain DJ's remix, the original mix, the club mix, titles like that. This means that on the track you'll have intro beats at the start and outro beats at the end. These are made specifically for DJing to help you blend one track into another. Certain tracks you want to avoid are tracks like the radio edits or short edits. These generally don't have the beats at the start and at the end to be able to mix with. So if we quickly have a listen to this track on the right here, Take It Off by Fisher, right at the start you should be able to hear there's some intro beats. It's just a basic kick drum with not many instruments in, and this is so you can time it right with the track mixing out. So if we listen to the end of this track here, you'll hear the outro beats. Again, very minimal drums. For these types of sounds, I would call them non-significant sounds, so they are not significant. Significant is something that should be noteworthy, and these are not very noteworthy. They don't really stand out much, and if I was listening to this in a bar or club, I'd be bored pretty quickly. Now, significant sounds are what we want to listen out for. These are things like bass lines, melodies, and vocals. These are things that will keep your attention and keep you dancing on the dance floor. So what we need to do is listen out for on these tracks when the significant sounds start and end, and time them so we can mix them perfectly without them clashing. So the first thing we need to do is listen to the track Take It Off and when the significant sounds come in on this track. So I think it's around this point here. So if we just listen to this transition, you can hear the non-significant sounds.
Take it off, slow, steady.
And then at that point there is when the bass line comes in, the melodies and the vocals. Just here. So what I'm going to do here is just set a hot cue marker just to remind me it's at this point here where the significant sounds come in on this track. And then what I'm going to do on the track Lowrider is listen to when the significant sounds end. So just here where it's red, let's have a listen. So we can still hear there it's got a bit of a bass line, a bit of a melody to it, and it's still quite significant. If we continue listening, you should hear that drop out and the energy drop out of the track. Just there. So I'm going to wind that back. So just here on the track on the left is where the energy drops out and the significant sounds end. And what I'm also going to do is just set a hot cue marker just here, and I'm going to set the same one just for the sake of this video, for the purpose of this example, hot cue B. So now we have two hot cue Bs matched up, and if we're DJing and we get these 2 points to match at the same time and time at the same time, they should change over naturally and the mix should sound good. So that when one track's significant sounds end, the next track's significant sounds begin, and the energy from the tracks will switch over naturally. Now to get these to time right, you don't just want to press play on the track, take it off straight away as soon as it gets to this point, because it will come in too harshly, and it'll be too much of a change for the audience. So one way in which we can do this, which there are many ways to time this, but one way just for the sake of this video, is we're going to beat jump backwards. So earlier in the track, 32 beats. Now 32 beats is one phrase. And phrases are the building blocks of tracks. So what you can do if you've not heard of this before is grab any modern day electronic music up like EDM or hip hop, just press play on the track and start counting from the start 32 beats over and over again, and you should hear them changes at 32 beats. So from here we've jumped backwards one phrase which is 32 beats, and we're going to set a hot cue marker just here. Now so we get it to time right with the other track, we're going to do exactly the same. Go to beat jump, jump backwards, so earlier in the track 32 beats, which is one phrase, and then set hot cue A just here. So to get this mix to time right, all we need to do is match hot cue A with hot cue A on the other track, so then hot cue B's on both tracks line up as well, and this should switch naturally. And during that time when they are mixing, we'll move the crossfader from one side to the other nice and slowly. We generally want the crossfader to be in the middle of the mix, and that is where the hot cue Bs are. So just here where they switch over naturally, we want the crossfader in both tracks to be at full volume at this point. And then after this point, we can slowly fade it out to the right again. And that is how you can do a mix with just 3 things. So when this track on the left is playing, low rider to the audience, and this hot cue A here comes up to the middle of the playhead, we want to start the track Take It Off, and this should time right. Let's have a listen to that and see how it sounds.
Take it off. Slow, steady, undress. Impress. Take it off. Slow, steady, undress. Success. Take it off. Slow, steady, undress.
Now, one thing I did forget to mention before the mix, all you need to do is make sure that beat sync is activated on both tracks. So either on your DJ software or on your DJ controller, just click beat sync on both tracks. And what this will do is snap the beat grids and the beats in time with each other, so there is no double beating and your track's beats are in time with each other. Now that's a simple example and an easy example, and it doesn't work with all tracks. Some other tracks you might have to use intermediate or advanced mixing techniques. But for most tracks, if you get them as extended mixes, say from websites like Beatport, or an intro version like on DJ City or BeatSource, they will have intro beats at the start and at the end just like this. And all you need to do is look for when the significant sounds start on one track and when the significant sounds end on the other track, and time them so that they switch over naturally. And all you need to do is press play at the right time, move the crossfader from one side to the other nice and slowly, and then stop the other track and you should be able to do your first mix. So there you have it. That is how you can do your first basic DJ mix with just 3 things: the play button, the stop button, and the crossfader. It's all knowing about how tracks are structured and how you can time your mix. If you are interested in more things like this, and to dive a little bit deeper, you can check out my online DJ courses in the description below. I have DJ courses for if you have a DJ controller, and I also have DJ courses where you can learn to DJ just like this with only your laptop, or use the keys on your laptop like the buttons we've just used. Again, feel free to check them out in the description below. And if you do enjoy these videos, check out the other videos on my channel for more DJ tips, tricks, and tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.